How's it going? It's Joe. I'm in Pattaya. It's about 7:30 p.m. Heading up Beach Road, heading in the direction of Walking Street. And then hopefully we're going to turn over onto Second Road. That's where I'm heading. A lot of Indian restaurants up here near Walking Road and different Bollywood type bars and music. There's the water over there. We're stuck in a little bit of a traffic jam. RE massage. I think a lot of those colorful boats are floating barges in restaurants. We're coming up. That's Walking Street at the end. Not my favorite place to party. It's probably the most expensive in town. I prefer Tree Town or LK Metro. And there's the big beer garden on the right. That's kind of cool. It overhangs the water. Kind of, I guess it's on a pier. And then we're making the turn here. And then we'll head up towards Second Road. I guess there's a little bit of a bottleneck here where everybody's jumping out and walking up to the next street, paying the 10 baht rather than sitting in traffic for probably 10 or 15 minutes. I'm just gonna hang on the bus and see what happens. Yeah, I got off too. See, now what this guy's doing is exactly wrong. You don't talk to the bus driver. Otherwise, you're basically hiring a taxi cab. You just jump in the back. I mean, you can ask him which direction he's going, but it's pretty obvious. Now, unfortunately, now it's a big group of them, so maybe they said, I don't know why he wants to sit up front. They're basically chartering this bus, and maybe they intend to do so because he's going to turn on Second Road. Maybe they want to go someplace else, but otherwise, you never talk to the driver. You just hop in the bus. Now he's going up here and making the left turn. The reason I jumped off and the other customers was there's a bit of a traffic jam here. And it's only 7:30 p.m. Even on a Thursday tonight, it will get packed. This place, there's really no slow part of town in Pattaya, much less Walking Street. And there goes the Chinese tour groups in full effect, following their red flag. But this is Walking Street, a good, whatever that is, 2,000 feet of nothing but bars. Mostly it's larger go-go bars. There's some more mellow places. But this, to me, is the most expensive part of town. I just really like Tree Town, #1. Soi 6 is fun. These places are fun, and when I say they're expensive, they're still cheap by any kind of Western standard. But by Thailand prices, yeah, this is higher end. And don't be looking for trouble here in Walking Street. You can see the police are in full force. They don't mess around. If you want to act like an idiot, you're going to get called out fast. Of course, that's not anybody that's watching my channel. I'm sure we're all normal people. But you will see, for whatever reason, guys over here thinking it's a good idea to get in fist fights in the middle of these busy bars in Walking Street, arguing over probably what amounts to $2 or $3. It's crazy. Koh Larn Island, I think it's less than an hour away from Pattaya, yet it's a nice tropical little island, super touristy during the high season, but if you don't have time to get down to Phuket and head out to the different tropical islands from here, at least head on over to Koh Larn, and you can do that from the Bali Hai Pier area. You can hire a slow ferry, fairly cheap. I want to say, I don't want to guess the rate, it's probably less than 200 baht each, probably even round trip, but I'm not positive. Or you can hire a speedboat and race over there. And down at the end of Walking Street, and cars and motorbikes will be going down quote-unquote Walking Street in the daytime. You'll find the pier, take you to the local island and different dive spots around town. And there's the tour groups once again following their stick and flag, checking out all the craziness. All kinds of magic acts, sword swallowers, fire breathing, all that kind of stuff going on for tips here. It's definitely like the Vegas Strip or the Fremont Street Experience up there in Vegas. All kinds of street performers. See he doing there? Some kind of magic trick. They're working hard for their money. And here's, what is that? Okinos, a go-go bar? And different guys trying to get you into their clubs. Once again, it's early. This place will be packed, and all the young ladies will be out in front of the bars trying to get you in. They're probably not wasting their time right now at 7 in the evening, 7:30. Basically, if it's open like Frogland here, it's a beer bar or beer garden. If it's behind closed doors, like this one here, doesn't even look like it's open yet, Stars Club, then that's a go-go bar or a strip club. Hey, there's the YouTuber I saw earlier. Oh, not in this video. I'm doing several videos today, but I saw him in another part of town. And here comes the tour group watching all us animals running in and out of bars on Walking Street. And here's a stilt walker outside the Fahrenheit a go-go. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little discreet with the camera. The young ladies sit on chairs out front trying to get you to come in, and they don't necessarily want me sticking a camera in their face. Now the guys with the flags, they're interesting. Sorry. They're, look at this, hundreds of people. Not a one of them is going in any club to buy anything or drink anything. They're just kind of checking out the madness, and then they're going to jump back on their huge buses and off they go. So it's an interesting dynamic. Here come the police. And there's the Shark Club a go-go, Coco a go-go, right across from the 808 First Class Clubbing. Bunch of little bars back here on something called Diamond Arcade. There's the Iron Club a go-go. You gotta be a little careful with these Russian clubs. Monroe, Russian Girls Club, he'll start yelling at me, pointing a camera in that direction. They are a little intense and very, very expensive. So be careful with those Russian clubs. And that's the Turkish ice cream man right there. He's kind of famous for putting on a show with his fancy ice creams. Yeah. That's Glass House, and this is Lucifer. Again, you can see it's really mellow right now, but at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, this place will be going crazy. I think he's just practicing on the drums there. That's the Music Cafe. Here's the Palace, the Atlantis, and the Tantra Go-Go next to some dispensaries. Then the Moon Go-Go. And I'm not an expert on anything really over here, but much less Walking Street. But if I had to give a little bit of advice, I'd say go to Tree Town any time of the day. Go to LK Metro a little earlier in the evening. Here comes another large group. And come here to Walking Street late at night. Although Tree Town, LK Metro, they're going to be going off late at night as well. It's just Walking Street is totally dead in the day. Even here at 8 p.m. it's totally dead. Yeah, too bad these large groups aren't buying beer. They're the busiest crowd in town. And that is the Pin-Up a Go-Go. And the Janet Club. Looks kind of fancy. You can find all levels of what you want to spend, from high end to the lower end cheap beer bars. Here's the XO Club, and about 200 more people following the flags. There you go, another tour group, like going to the San Diego Zoo. And there's the Black Diamond Bar and Rockstar Bar, I think. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Lucky Star Bar. And then it connects down the way. I don't know what's down there. I think you head off in the direction of Soy Diamond. And there's a YouTuber named Mr. Egg who has a bar down there. I know one of them is called Milk. And here's the Peppermint a Go-Go. I'll bet they would love for this group of 200 to come in and all have at least one beer. Well, it's not going to happen. All right, 2 ships passing. One group going one way. Jesus. Another group going the other. And there's Insomnia Bar. That's a pretty famous go-go here in town. And that's the Hot Tuna Bar. I hear the drummer over there. Oh, there he is. Getting things ready for the big crowd later. And I don't remember this. The diner looks like just that. Typical diner food, burgers, right in the middle of Walking Street. Breakfast, big breakfast. I can't see the price. And we've came down quite a while. It actually curves off there. And we're still going in the direction of Bali Hai Pier. It's a little outdoor beer bar, the Rhino. And this seafood place says since 1965, 1 year before I was born. And a lot of these restaurants, they sit right on the water. If you see way off in the distance, there's a floating barge out there with all the Christmas tree lights. That's out on the bay. Looks like they're doing a remodel, or maybe it's just opening, the Leela Club. There's the Kama Club tucked away back here. And another table here with the police. I've seen 3 or 4 of those right across from Sugar Girls, Russian Sugar Girls. Once again, be careful with those Russian go-go bars. They are going to be expensive, and I don't want to talk bad about anybody's business, but I've heard different horror stories of just different stories. You're sitting there at a table, a couple of girls come to the table, and I don't know, next thing you know, you have a 15,000, 20,000 baht bar tab, and there's no arguing. You can call these police over all you'd like, and they're going to say, pay your tab and get the heck out of there. Don't mess around. The right spot, seafood and steakhouse. Here's a 24-hour McDonald's right in the middle of Walking Street. And hey, maybe you'll have great luck in those Russian places. I'm just telling you. Rumor around the city for I don't know how long was, yeah, be real careful. And here's another one, Deja Vu, Russian Girl Show. Russo Turisto Cafe Bar and Restaurant. Did I show that one? Crazy Russian Girls. And we're getting down towards the end, if memory serves me. And there's the Bistro Cafe and Restaurant, and we're almost down towards Bali Hai Pier. And don't get me wrong, you can come over here and have a great time. There might be people watching this video saying, what's he talking about? I love Walking Street. It's not that overpriced, and yeah, it's all relative. Overpriced for Pattaya is probably the regular price in a lot of spots in Bangkok. So it's go where you want to go. If you're coming into the city and you don't know where to go, I'm just pointing you in the direction of Tree Town and LK Metro before I come over to Walking Street. But that's just my personal preference. But it's my video, so I mean, that's all I have to go by. You'll have to come over and figure out for yourself. I just wouldn't come to Walking Street and never try anything else. You might find some options you like better. And there's some mellow places here that are going to be affordable. Here it says 90 baht for a beer. That's about as cheap as it'll get. Well, in Bangkok, 90 baht, that's a very good price. This is just a little mellow place. You're not going to get a 90 baht in any of these go-go bars. Maybe triple that. You're not paying for the beer in those places. You're paying for the scenery. And it's pretty dark back here. Here, what appears to be a nice little hotel right at the end of Walking Street and the top of the Bali Hai Pier. I'm going to walk on over towards the pier. There's just tons of people and flags coming and going this way, so that must be where they keep their buses. The Bali by the Sea restaurant, and I'm not putting down these groups of tourists with the little flags. I think it's cool that famous Pattaya Walking Street is part of what they want to check out on their visit to Thailand. That's fine. And another card table with police. They just keep their presence known. They can be at Any one of these bars, if trouble goes down, there's going to be 10 or 20 of them. Oh, there's the name of that first hotel, the Siam Bayshore. Right within feet of Bali Hai Pier. And we're right under the Pattaya City sign. I can see all the big tour buses down the way. And this is off, walking onto Bali Hai Pier. A couple of those more colorful floating barges, I assume, are restaurants. They just take you on out there. And this is pretty much all the beach road, all the lights you see all the way. There's the Hilton. That is where Central World Festival Mall. I'm a Bangkok guy, you'll have to forgive me. And then you go down the way and you can kind of see the green light. That is the Holiday Inn. And right before the Holiday Inn is the notorious Soi 6 area here in Pattaya. And there's all the groups gathering, waiting for people to come off the bus. And one thing you absolutely do not do is pull out your camera inside, or your phone, inside any of these go-go bars. Pretend you're making a phone call as you're filming the stage and all. They've seen every trick in the book. If you want to cause trouble, do that. Pull your phone out inside a go-go bar and you're going to have all kinds of trouble. If you get lucky, they're just going to come over and demand you delete it. If you're not so lucky, you might find yourself being thrown out head first at one of these bars. I know you've seen it on YouTube with spy cams and all that, but that's really a dumb idea. It's super disrespectful to the ladies, to the club. It embarrasses everyone, and if they suspect you're doing it, they've banned a lot of YouTubers who, think they're smart with spy glasses and on and on. Yeah, it's cool. Check out such and such, the inside of this go-go bar, but for one thing, YouTube shuts it down pretty darn fast. They don't want a lot of inappropriate videos when they're trying to sell a Chevy truck commercial. But for another, it's just not the right thing to do. People hanging out in a go-go bar expect a certain amount of privacy if they're working there or they're just having a beer. So that's that. And this is Bali Hai Pier. You can come here and there'll be all kind of hawkers trying to get you on their boats to go out to Koh Larn, which is less than an hour, island off of Pattaya. I have caught dive boats here to go further than Koh Larn. I don't know what the other islands are off the top of my head. But if you're going to dive out of Pattaya, you're either going to catch a dive boat here or off the top of my head, I forget the name. It's another fishing village about 30 miles beyond Jom Tien. And then you can catch a boat there to go to different shipwrecks in the area. I think I dove, it's a pretty deep dive. It was about 100 feet or maybe deeper. It was a car carrier that sank, and you swim down and swim through the center of the carrier. It's kind of cool. And there's the Pattaya city sign. Pretty beautiful lookout from on top of the sign. Make that hike up there when it's not that hot. And that's it. Pattaya Beach, Thailand. A crazy little city, but fun. And then I think where those three towers are on the other side is Jom Tien Beach. You can catch the bot bus over there. I want to say, depending where you get on the bot bus, if you get down on Beach Road somewhere before you go into Jom Tien, you switch onto another bot bus, pay another 10 baht, so it's a whole 20 baht, less than a US dollar, and you can get on over there to Jom Tien, or order up a grab car. I'm sure it's a couple of dollars. I do see hundreds of what appear to be Chinese tourists coming off of these different boats, so maybe those are part of the walking street experience. Come on over here, check out the chaos, and then get on the boat to go out to one of these I can't read the name. Is it Royal Orchid? Something. One of these eating on the water restaurants. Be kind of a cool evening. And not very good light here, but this says the All-Star. It's international buffet, unlimited beer, and a cabaret show. 469 baht. I think that's what that means. So that's it, Bali Hai Pier. Thank you so much for following along this little walk down Walking Street in the Bali Hai Pier area. I appreciate it. Consider subscribing to my little channel if you haven't. I'm based in Bangkok, so that's where the majority of my exploring around will take place. Have a great evening.